Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Summit 7 America Region Qualifiers. Thunderbirds going up against IsGG Game 2 on the way as Thunderbirds, somehow after a tipsy-toppy Game 1, are able to pull out a win, though IsGG are on the back foot and their streak is maybe going to be broken. They've been running pretty hot lately. We'll see if Thunderbirds are able to 2-0 it. I'm Mike Loris, going to be joined by MRP Dota for this second game. That was some game, dude. Thunderbirds, not comfortable with that, I'm sure, but a win's a win. That's why you lose.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Needs assassin.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Warlock.
Radiant team pick.
Now, I was going to mention, like, CCNC had a really tough last game. He was able to make kind of a mid-game comeback with the hero and was able to do quite a bit by the end of it, despite the fact that they did lose. But I do think that was mostly because Thunderbirds, they had CCNC's number throughout the entire draft. They were able to just knock out his most comfortable heroes, force the only last really viable pick to be under a lot of pressure. And this time it seems like they're just scrapping that. Now, if the Lina is going to be picked up here for IsGG, it will be up against the Nyx Assassin, who is going to have a pretty good matchup in the mid game versus the Lina when the two of them are most likely going to be interacting with one another. But getting mana burned hurts really, really badly as the Lina. Spike Carapace is not a game you want to play when you're looking at Laguna Blade and Nyx Assassin. So Thunderbirds, maybe as far as that is concerned, will be happy with this Nyx Assassin setup if it is going to be a Lina pick. Plus, they always can get a TA kind of counter pick and force IsGG into kind of suboptimal matchups that way. They definitely do have options, but I do want to see them still focus their attention in the bans towards CCNC, because it seems like the better CCNC does, the better the team does, and vice versa. Obviously, we saw that in the last game.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
GG picking up the Rubik Earth Spirit. 2 supports in the first phase is always a little bit risky. You can kind of mitigate that just by picking the best supports like a CM Tree or something like that, CM Earth Spirit, and you definitely get the job done as far as that's concerned. But this Rubik, pretty good matchup up against the Warlock. Has a
5 seconds
stun that isn't
remaining.
going to do damage. The Nyx Assassin can't really protect him up against that. And if IzGG really want to lock down what they expect to be a Moon offlane Nyx Assassin, picking up someone like a Juggernaut, picking up
Dire
someone like a
team
Slark, probably two of the big ones if you're going to end up killing a Nyx. So IzGG do have a pretty nice safe lane setup that's going to be difficult for Thunderbirds to contest if that is going to be their plan at all. Just a consideration for this opening. Very reactive set of
10
heroes for
seconds
IzGG. I was talking about this in the previous game. It's like you gotta
5
keep open as
seconds
much as
remaining.
possible. Thunderbirds may have their off lane in the Nyx Assassin, but still they could go late with this hero. They could try to play a little more aggressive with this hero. It's all good with these opening picks.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Lifestealer may have synergy with the Nyx Assassin, but Terrorblade is still in the pool and is going to be guaranteed to not go up against the Darkseer,
10
which is great for the
seconds
TB.
remaining.
Definitely a little bit of a risk here. Like,
5
I understand the
seconds
Lifestealer ban
remaining.
completely. I think I'll be a little bit more of a fan of Lifestealer TB bans over that
Reserve
Troll, who
time.
it definitely can sometimes be a substantial threat, but definitely has to work a little bit harder to be dangerous over someone like Terrorblade, who Thunderbirds may be willing to pick up right now. Looking at these supports from IzGG, Rubik, and Earth Spirit, very, very utility-heavy heroes, but not really very heavy damage heroes. Fade Bolt and the kick, it doesn't really do a lot of magic damage versus a TB, so it does seem like with that hero still in the pool would be a really powerful one for Thunderbirds to pick up, even if IzGG respond to it with Alina.
Lena. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
DCNC's Big 2 and Lena TA both out. Storm Spirit, another hero that we see him play a lot. And let me tell you, you really don't want to be playing Storm Spirit in lane up against Alina. That is not fun. Nor up against the Nyx Assassin. That is even worse. Puck is the pick instead for the IzGG side. Is got a relatively even-ish matchup up against Alina. Still has the same issues versus Alina and the Nyx Assassin to some extent. Does seem like IzGG are gearing up for a very UR-based game. They're going to hope that this carry player is going to do the vast majority of the damage because Puck, Rubik, Earth Spirit, again, these are very utility-heavy heroes, but not really damage-heavy heroes, and I'm not sure what IzGG are supposed to do if Thunderbirds slam pick a Terrorblade here.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Treant Protector.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
GG. But Treant Protector is going to be a pretty reasonable hero here. I mean, there's a lot of utility. There's a lot of ways that SGG can catch up to and kill off a Treant Protector. Lots of chase power between an Earth and a Puck. Tree clearing as well, something that Earth Spirit could do pretty well. But still, this defensive pick is going to solidify this lane for the Lina. Make it so that SGG, I was going to say, need to pick up a Juggernaut / Slark instead of a Terrorblade if they're ever going to kill this Nyx Assassin. You cannot battle through both the Living Armor and the Spike Carapace without some sort of way of getting rid of that stun through Blade Fury or Dark Pact. And it will be the Dark Pact plan here for SGG. They are going for, as you said, a very, very snowball-y base draft. Heroes still looked for right now. SGG still needs Sneaking's hero and Thunderbirds. Well, they're just looking for that safe lane of theirs as well.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Hero for Sneaking, saw him run a little bit of a Baton. I think he was on a Sand King before. Magnus, though, the pick all the way in that 5th box is going to get them some pretty heavy team fight for SGG. A lot of scaling for that Slark as well, but it does seem like SGG are going all in on that Slark. And we were talking about, like, they are kind of going in all in on Yawar in that one position role, and Slark's a decent hero to have in that capacity. But looking at Thunderbirds now with the Lina, now the anti-mage pick, they will have a lot more varied damage dealers, whereas for SGG, they need their team fight to land, it seems, in this game. But Thunderbirds with the anti-mage pick, a very nice defensive hero, as the vast majority of SGG is going to be doing just magic damage and not much else. Only the Slark versus anti-mage, and Slark doesn't even become a relevant right-clicker until much later in the game. It's going to give Resolution a good matchup, but there are still lots of silences, a lot of control here that the anti-mage has to worry about.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I actually really like where the Thunderbirds draft has landed. I typically, in this patch, find it really hard to say that the side that has Lina has the inferior draft, because that hero is a little bit silly nowadays. Matchup-wise, is going to be mostly pretty well off, especially once you mix in the Living Armor in that mid lane as well, and Resolution also with a pretty good matchup. This draft from SGG seems a little bit risky. If this Slark is having at all a rough time, and that involves, having his support's camps blocked, having maybe a dual lane with a tree poking in the bottom lane as well, which is definitely a possibility. You could run into some issues because you just lack the scaling. You don't really have good enough matchups in the other lanes to kind of make up for that fact. But we'll see. They're going to run into each other for right now. Flea and Moon in the battle of the century. There's an Impale, and Cheater, the Warlock's going to show his face as well. Sneaking is going to arrive, but it's just a Magnus. Flea still takes a truckload of damage. Is going to be just fine. They do drive away Moon, but Moon has the poor man's shield. He has Tangos, and he has that insane base regen, so not really going to bother the Nyx Assassin all that much.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Bounty
Tis mine.
Big trap with prize.
I'm gonna say is GG kind of tinkering with the idea of making a little bit of a Slark sneaking lane switch, but the Magnus will go up towards the top lane, and as you said, you will have, if you had the Magnus, or the Warlock here rather, up against Magnus, you get a lot more poke, but Magnus up against Anti-Mage is something that the Anti-Mage is actually kind of okay with. Once he gets to level 3, once he gets a little bit of that mana burn, Magnus without mana really can't stand toe-to-toe with an Anti-Mage, especially when the Anti-Mage has a little bit of help from a tree and who actually is still poking around. So sneaking, gonna start things off with a lot less regen. You don't really want to trade too many hits with Sax, especially since Sax actually did go for the seed level 1 instead of that stun out of Invis. A lot more of an aggressive style here from this Tree and Protector. Bottom lane, well, this is going to be the challenge here for IzGG. They just have to make sure that Yawar is, playing as if he's up against no one for as long as possible, and it does seem like this Slark shouldn't really be in that much trouble up against these heroes in lane. Up, sneaking. Leech seeded out, right clicks from Resolution, no mana on the Magnus, and will go down to first blood. Resolution just getting those right clicks off, and that's just the matchup. Like, as Magnus, your survivability comes from the fact that you will have that skewer if shit hits the fan, and in the case of versus Anti-Mage, you will not have it. Anti-Mage just does so much damage as long as you still have mana, so sneaking, dropping the first blood, and things looking pretty good for the Thunderbirds side. Does seem like Thunderbirds, at least in this match versus the one that they played the other day up against IzGG, are actually working with quite favorable lanes.
My own and
Get thee to the understatement.
Tried to chop his way through the trees, but Quelling Blade does have a cooldown, unfortunately, for the Magnus, so now feeding over 2 towards the Anti-Mage. Magnus, with the build that he has right now, the Poor Man's Shield, the Quelling, will be able to go into the jungle if he really feels like he's not getting anything, though he has died twice now. He is still level 3.5, which is honestly a little bit surprising. Anti-Mage doesn't really have the most poke, nor does the tree. Moon, towards the bottom lane, is going to be forced to put up that Carapace. Will get kicked back, but with the heal from Misery and his natural regen, Moon is actually going to start fighting. That's kind of confident from the Nyx Assassin. Just wants to get full value because they know they're going to Shrine anyway. And hey, he's at half HP. That's the Nyx Assassin tankiness we're talking here.
Double damage.
Set up for Thunderbirds. They're keeping their tabs on the enemy Earth Spirit, and of course, no Earth Spirit means that Lina is going to be just fine over in mid up against CCNC. King. Ooh. You know, Yeah, I would say a 0-0-0 anti-mage, not a fan of that, but 2-0-0, sure, go for it. We over towards mid is going to get jumped. Living Armor is going to do very little to save him. He drops an LSA, but it's way too late. And that's what IsGG wanted to do a very long time ago with this Earth Spirit, but forced to stay in this bottom lane means that Lina's able to have a slightly easier time, but a little bit late perhaps, but still a kill is a kill, and it's a much needed kill for CCNC. Is still working at pretty much parity with the Lina. Expect that matchup. Mage level 6 now. Magnus ever decides to return to this lane, there will be that finishing blow. Levels the Treant at. He's level 3 as well. Zaxa playing the full babysitting role as he normally does, but also knowing that there's not much to worry about as far as opposition for the anti-mage means that this Treant Protector only has the luxury of moving him around a little bit more. He's gonna jack yet another bounty rune. Gonna find a courier, see a courier. Knows that there is someone in the area. He will be needed over in mid because IsGG are rallying the troops. Observer wards dropped down by the Dire though. I think just saw the tail end of Stan King or Flea.
Tis mine.
A pretty good early start here for the Thunderbirds, despite losing that Lina there. Working with quite a few heroes, getting quite a bit of extra cash, and their support's also free to do pretty much whatever the hell they want. Misery hasn't really gotten a lot. The point of Warlock with this Nyx Assassin isn't really to poke at the Slark, it's mostly just to keep your Nyx Assassin safe. Just in case of emergencies, drop that Shadow Word down. Only level 1 spell, but we can already see how much healing and damage it's able to do in this game. Now able to maybe get a little bit of lane here, as we was messing with the jungle a little bit, has a couple of stacks. You really do want to, at a certain point, shuffle out this Warlock, shuffle out someone in the lane, get the Warlock in there, but for right now it's going to be Moon in the most trouble. So many disables, and he's just flattened before the Warlock can TP in. CCNC, classic rotation to the safe lane is going to get the team a much needed kill, but up towards top lane, sneaking. Decided to go back towards top, will survive the Mana Void, but will not survive the Anti-Mage.
I deliver thee unto death.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What have we here?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like the lane that Misery is going to get for experience is going to be bottom, as the Nyx Assassin, well, he would rather be level 6 Vendetta-ing around the map right now and give Misery that free lane. Timing's a little bit off for Thunderbirds, but it's not really a terribly huge deal for these heroes. Moon gonna get level 6, but this is in clear sight of IsGG, so they know exactly what's gonna happen now with this Nyx Assassin. As far as sentries are concerned, none on the deck right now for IsGG. Assume Stan King is probably gonna be picking some up soon. They should know exactly what's happening, because obviously it's level 6 Nyx Assassin. What can possibly be happening? Right now, though, they're still playing very confidently over towards the bottom lane. Yawar and Flea both spotted, and Meander double invis gank onto the Earth Spirit. As long as they don't miss the Impale, they should have it. And he missed the Impale. And the kick stuns too. He's going to roll into the trees, TP away. And Flea will almost go down to the mana burn, but gets out of there with the TP. And up towards top lane now, they got into resolution with the coil. That is not how that was supposed to go.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't mind me.
Ooh, Flea kicks Saxa out of the rune, but he won't have the kick now for the Laguna Blade for Lina. Laguna to the face, a little bit of lightning. Lina will take the free kill, has a haste rune, and is actually hunting for a Slark. Slark pounced out already, doesn't have enough mana for his ultimate, already used it. We unfortunately a little bit late for that one. Still, it's a nice kill for the Lina for sure. And now we have the little bit of a lane swap here. Lina will leave the lane to Misery for a little bit extra experience. We have Moon Meander, waiting for that other Vendetta to come back online. But for right now is GG. Their Puck, level 9, pushing level 10, is doing so much more CCNC in this game than in the last. It's just the difference of having a average matchup versus a poor matchup. He's able to wander around the map as a Puck and start killing off some heroes, and that's exactly how he likes to play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Silence.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
You've been burned.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We just dumped his mana pool out very aggressively, spamming out that LSA and Dragon Slave both. And while that was happening, bottom lane was being slowly but steadily pushed by a Nyx Assassin. Of course, because it's just by a Nyx Assassin, the tower is still alive, but now Nyx, level 7, has that maxed out Impale. Hurt even more if he does end up missing it, but is once again on the roam in top lane Rezo. With the, as you said, burning opening with that Hand of Midas. Still going to go for that Battle Fury, standard anti-mage, greedy anti-mage. Oh, wow, Moon. Found you are farming. He went in at the perfect time as well, was able to keep in the shadows until the Slark committed to combat. The Shadow Dance couldn't tip off the Slark. That's a big one for Moon to get solo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Moon on the bottom lane, chain silence before he can get his spike carapace off. We will get hit with the coil, but he'll teleport out of there just fine. Still a nice usage of silence, nice rotation again from CCNC, and getting Yawar a little bit of action, a little bit of skin in the game now, as he is able to get a good chunk of gold off of that Nyx Assassin. Is exactly what IsGG need to do. I mean, Empower is great and everything. Ready to go on Yawar, but accelerating him into kills. Well, Misery got a little bit too close there. Does not have his ultimate, though. He does have Wii behind him. Lots of damage on Yawar despite going into that ultimate form. The living armor Misery is holding for right now, but with the pact, he's actually juking pretty well, but there's no one incoming. Where's the help here for Thunderbirds? CCNC will throw the silence onto the Warlock, kill him off. Resolution of all heroes has arrived on a Stand King, will void the Rubik and get the kill. Thunderbirds looking for a little bit more. Moon Meander looking for that Impale onto CCNC. Will land the combo perfectly. Chain Stun is there. Very, very narrow margins, but still works out well for Thunderbirds. Will be, a relatively even fight, but the puck ultimately does fall, and that is a big one for Thunderbirds to get.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Going to be catapulted into that next item. Most of the time it is Maybe that Manta Style, and in this game, Manta Style is going to be an absolute all-star. For right now, though, IzGG are on to Resolution's antics. They're going to jump in with the RP. He does have the Spell Shield, level 4, but there are so many stuns here. Resolution will get flattened by the kick, and it will be, again, a narrow margin kill for IzGG, but a kill nonetheless on a hero that is worth so much more than anyone on IzGG. And they're not done just yet. Saxa's still showing up. He's going to get surrounded by absolutely everyone on IzGG, losing a second hero now. Saxa probably could have seen that one coming. At least they'll get the tower on bottom lane, but losing AM and tree and tower mid is big gain for IzGG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A prize.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What have I did?
Trap on bottom. See? Gonna get stunned up. They have the chain stun and with the Laguna Blade and the rock. Easy kill. That's the talent working out for Lina right there. 125 cast range. In the meantime, Flea is trying to flee. Not gonna happen versus the Dragon Slave. Not really sure what he and Rubik were doing that deep in, but tanking at least will get out of there. Has a haste rune and blink actually. So yeah, you're never catching up to that Rubik. But just like how IzGG were able to pick off the Anti-Mage and the tree, it's pretty much returned the other way in an even exchange.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Super farmed Magnus is definitely valuable for IzGG, but pales in comparison to a farmed Lina or a farmed Anti-Mage who can seem like single-handedly on either one of them win the game. Although we see two heroes jump in and pale chain stuns. Actually connect onto the Slark as well, which means no safety for Stand King. Jump in Skewer and an RP. It's gonna land onto everyone with the coil there as well. Huge team fight from Sneaking. Although the Bloodstone Suicide or the Death of Lina will give them a little bit of extra juice. For Moonmeander mostly, he's still completely swamped and he will fall. That's a 3 kill for IzGG. Sneaking with the Blink Dagger is going to get a massive team fight off for the team. That's the type of play you would expect if Thunderbirds didn't know about the Blink Dagger, but they should have definitely known. I mean, he used it earlier.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Skewered to the south, away from anywhere where he can juke. Impale thrown out by the Rubik. That was actually a pretty slick attempt. He is able to shrug off most of that damage. Not that much mana here. He's going to blink forward, lands a stun onto the Magnus. Where's the help here for Moon? Sneaking is going to get overgrowth. Oh, and rocked. Okay, well, I mean, Magnus is worth the most, so I guess it is worth it in the grand scheme of things. When will he actually die, though? There we go. Blink in for the last hit. But in the meantime, Yawar picks off Wee, who was pushing really aggressively over in mid for some reason.
Under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Context of all of those trades, it was still Resolution pushing the bottom lane, and Anti-Mage with the items he has, level freaking 17. is no slouch when it comes to split push. Now he has the Manta style for safety as well, so the chain stun from IzGG needs to be absolutely perfect. They're going to go in pretty deep and find themselves a free Warlock kill. Not bad at all for Yuar. That's going to be the Shadowblade upgrade right there for him. But yeah, he was able to take down a tower in bottom lane. Resolution is getting absolutely ridiculously farmed. But Thunderbirds are suffering quite a few losses as well. It is going to be the Anti-Mage pretty soon forced into these engagements with the team.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. Well, a little bit of a nuisance actually means that Resolution is going to be able to claim this tier 1 tower up towards top lane with no resistance. It is a tier 1 at this stage in the game up against an Anti-Mage, so you can't really expect it to live for that long, but Thunderbirds doing a pretty good job at backing out of an engagement that they were never going to win. If they had another 30 seconds, or if that fight happened 30 seconds after, a Chaotic Offer and the Warlock definitely would have been worthwhile for the team to try to go for, but you're really in no rush. You know that your team is farming so much faster than the enemies. You have an opportunity on CCNC. They end up stunning him with Spike Carapace. Chainsaw for the Lina is perfect. And CCNC threw out the orb for safety, but it was just a little bit too late. They get a free pick off on a big hero, and Anti-Mage at this point with this Vanguard now is fully ready to fight, and they might have their fight right now as Yuar is going to walk straight into all of them, but Anti-Mage actually going to go for the Magnus instead. Overshoots a little bit, is going to get lifted up into the air, not able to do a lot of damage, but he'll finally get on top of the Magnus and pop him with the Void. And now onto Stan King. He has, well, no Blink stolen Roche stun. No, that would have been too hilarious, but Resolution out of the way just with the right clicks. Kills off the Rubik, and hey, look at that, there's a Roche here. They're going to go ahead and kill him in a hurry. Thunderbirds now have a 17k net worth hero. Anti-Mage is done farming. He's ready to split some heads.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under
Christ, Resolution's farm speed is out of control. Like, that is actually silly. It's level 20 also, so these talents, maybe not the most influential talents in the game, but hey, it's another big jump in power every single time he hits one of those points. Is picked up pretty rapidly. There is a gem on the Earth Spirit. Mars going to go for a butterfly. Mage will not have any sort of answer to that. Not for quite a long time. And I say quite a long time, given his farm speed. Who knows, he might just be able to whip up something. But for right now, Thunderbirds, a minute of downtime while they're waiting for their Chaotic Offering. It's a minute where Resolution, you know, it's probably going to get another item because of how ridiculous Anti-Mage is at this stage. And this is a fine game state for Thunderbirds to just kind of chill right now. I mean, even though they are going up against a Slark with Empower, Slark with Empower is, you know, pretty much even to Resolution with Battle Fury. So, yeah, they're happy with this game state as long as they don't get picked off by said Slark.
under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, you are.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That was maybe a little bit of a surprising play there from Wii as he was unable to. Oh, sneaking actually. Jumps by Moon, loses the vast majority of his mana, still has a TP out. Help is coming, but it's a little bit too far away. Can't get him. Yeah, I don't think we expected the Slark to still be there. Didn't expect him to be stunned, so he just wasn't prepped with the Laguna Blade, which I'm pretty sure he could have gotten off if he was fully expecting the Slark to still be there. So that, you know, maybe was a little bit of missed opportunity there for Wii. But again, the same thing holds. They don't need to be chasing after these kills. They're great if they get them, yes. But not getting them is not a big deal because in this passive game state, see it in the graph, it's slowly but surely dipping more and more to the Thunderbirds' favor. Anti-Mage even going to go for another fat item. Eye of Scotty, Anti-Mage build. I haven't seen this in a long, long time.
Better to burn out than fade away.
That was one fight.
Though we see Thunderbirds jumping into action on bottom, Resolution immediately there. Destroys the creep wave, mid lane being shoved in by his allies as well. So what usually should be an is GG play of get Lina killed off and to take one of these many towers left standing. Pretty much just take tower and then fall back with the vast majority of their heroes because they're not going to win a race in structure damage versus Resolution. And Resolution, he's pretty bold right now, just going to walk straight up to the high ground, knowing that there's no RP. He's going to jump in, Abyssal onto the puck. Mana Void, not quite enough damage. The phase shift is going to get him a little bit of safety. They do skewer kind of the anti-mage, but he has the double life, and now here comes the Laguna, sneaks it in. And that will be the end of the puck. Aegis is going to be popped here by the anti-mage. Warlock chain stun onto the Slark is perfect. And they'll force out the Slark's buyback as well. That's a 2-0 so far. Thunderbirds with this Golem with the Farm of Resolution. Don't have a Laguna Blade, but they will have a tower. They will have a little bit of extra damage here. Going into the structure, Saxa looking for an opportunity onto Yawar. There's a sentry on the deck, so he has to be careful about how close he gets in. He's going to get jumped first thing. Pounced as well. Solar Crest doing a little bit of work for his survivability. Now Moon jumps in. There's a huge impale. A Ravage, in fact, onto 3. That's going to let Wii clean house onto 2 heroes immediately, forcing out a buyback onto the Rubik as they will secure the Rack's bottom. Moon has been having a little bit of difficulty with these impales, but that one, that is what you want, man.
Pay for thy lack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire victory.